to my channel, G17 Collectibles. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the Mondo Rick and Morty collectible figure set, which I believe is in 1/6 scale. This isn't a normal purchase type for me. I tend to stick to, statues and 1/6 scale figures from Hot Toys and other third-party manufacturers and Star Wars helmets and Star Wars props. I tend to stay away from cartoon type things or toys. But yeah, I'm a big child and I really like Rick and Morty. And I saw this on Sideshow's website and I thought, for the money, I looked at some videos, I looked at some reviews, and I thought, I really do like that. It's pretty cool for what you get for the money. Now I believe this is in stock on Sideshow's website. It's $100, so that works out in the UK about 85 to 90 pounds. I actually only paid £85 for this collectible figure set, and that was delivered, but that's because I used some reward points that I had saved up to cover the £30 shipping cost. And surprisingly, when DHL delivered it, I did not get hit with any tax, which I thought was really odd. Normally with a Hot Toys figure, if you order it from Sideshow, let's call it $210, $220 in UK money, $230, $240, $250. You've then got £30 for shipping, so it takes your Hot Toys figure up to about £250. And then, whilst it's super lightning quick shipping from Sideshow, I mean, you literally get a figure within 2 days to your door in Scotland, DHL always hit you with around about £45 to £55 in tax. This one, however, just came straight to the door. There was no charges to pay, so I was really surprised about that. Yes, it's a lower value item, it's not your £250, but even at £85, I was still surprised that I didn't get charged something. But there you go, I was lucky on this occasion. So, the Rick and Morty figure set from Mondo. I have no experience of Mondo as a company. I have no idea what other things they make. I know they do some Adventure Time stuff, and Rick and Morty obviously, and they've got a statue. But I really like to look at this, and when it arrived I thought, geez, that's a big box for a couple of plastic figures. And when I actually opened up and realised everything you get with it, I think it's super value for what it is. It really is. So the box itself's got some lovely artwork on it, you can see there, and the artwork goes all the way around the box. On the back you've got this lovely image of Rick and Morty being grabbed by some, dimensional alien type monster. It's a really, really nice box. Now it is a flip open window box, and you get this lovely piece of tissue paper. Let's remove that. And you can see inside you've got quite a lot going on. You've got a Rick figure, you've got a Morty figure, you've got 2 different head sculpts, you've got different arms, you've got different accessories, a bottle, you've got a helmet, you've got the memory helmet. It's a really, really nice set, and the window box I think is fantastic. And if I move this along, you've got another nice image in the inside of the lid. So I think they've done a really good job with the box. It's really impressive. And again, $100, let's call it £90 in today's exchange rate. It's good value. Not typically something I would buy, but it's got me excited. And that's what collecting's all about. It's about trying other things and getting excited about it. And presentation's everything. So this is a really, really, really nice box, and I can't wait to get this one opened up, get some options. I've got an idea in my head of how I want the figures to look. So yeah, I'm really excited to get this one up, get it posed. I mean, obviously there's not as much posing in this as what a Hot Toys or another 1/6 scale figure would have. I'm looking forward to kind of putting them together, and then we'll find a spot for them in the collection. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. I like to share, I like to put some content out there and talk about different things that I collect. And hopefully you like my style, you like how I talk, and you like the content that I'm putting there. So yeah, give me a like, subscribe if you've not already. And to anyone who is a returning subscriber, thank you 100 million times over. Each and every person that subscribes to this channel, I highly value. You have no idea. It's really difficult in this world to find a lot of people in the real world who share your passion, share, you know, your interests. Because we aren't, you know, there's a lot of us in the world, but we don't all live next to each other. It's great to talk to people online. It's great to share your passion with so many other cool people. So to anybody who is a subscriber, I take my hat off to you and just say thanks. It's very much appreciated, and it gives me the support and encouragement to keep going and make these videos. So thank you. So without further ado, let's get this out. Let's get all the contents out on the table and have a look at what you get in this set. So here is all of the box contents. I must be honest with you, this is so much fun. It's fantastic. You know, the feel, the quality, the paint, everything about it is just really cool. So let's get through everything you get in the box. You're getting the Rick figure. It already has a couple of hands and a head sculpt. You're getting the additional Rick head sculpt, which is this one here, kind of with the saliva on the bottom of the chin. Classic Rick. You're getting a bottle with the 3 X's on it. Again, just hard, solid plastic with a wee cork. You get the Peace to All World hands, which are quite fun. I like them. I'm really glad they included them. That's a good episode, that one. You're getting the Morty figure, which is really spectacular, you know, for a cartoon type plastic figure character. It's fantastic. I really like it. It's a lot of fun. I like the pose that he's in with the hand holding the right arm and the kind of scared, shocked face. You're also getting the second Morty head sculpt, which is a bit more bemused looking, which is quite fun. You're getting the kind of memory extraction helmet, which is done really well. Quite a bit of weight to that one, and it's got a kind of moulded padding in the inside. Painted really well, even with something like that wee detail. You know, that is a classic cartoon highlight. It's nice to see they've went to the lengths of including all these things, and it's painted really, really well. You're getting a couple of other extra arms for Morty. This one kind of like holding something, I don't know. That's kind of the portal gun holding arm hand. You're getting the portal gun, which is really nicely done. Again, it's got that wee stripe up there. It's a classic kind of cartoon highlight, and then the shade, the lighter shade on the right hand side of the portal gun there. Memory vials, really nice, obviously fit into the helmet. You're getting purple, you're getting a kind of reddy pink, you're getting a blue, and you're getting a yellow. I'm not even going to confess to remember what each of these are. They all have different meanings for the memories. So, you know, like blue is a good memory, purple's a Rick memory, red's a bad memory, yellow's a good Morty memory. Not saying they're the right things, or even in the right order, but it's cool to have. And then you get a couple of nice wee circular plastic stands with a little foot peg, which will hold the figure up. So yeah, I'm really impressed. I really think these are tremendously fun. The thing I think that surprised me the most is the size of them. You know, you're used to these cartoon type plastic figures being of a certain size, maybe 7 inches. But Rick is a good 10, 11 inches, and Morty's a good 8, 9 inches. The size of them, you know, I'm not have the biggest hands in the world, but in comparison to my hand, you can see the size of the actual figures. They are 1/6 scale, there's no doubt about it. Maybe slightly less, but yeah, they're really, really fun. Pose and options wise, I really like the way they come out the box. This is my favourite Morty pose, and I don't imagine I'm going to change it in any way, shape or form. I'd like to use the memory helmet, and it just slips on really nicely, and you can just punch in a wee memory vial there into Morty, so you can see that there. That fits really nice. I don't know whether I'll use that. I kind of prefer them just as he comes out the box. I'm going to have some fun kind of playing about with this and finding the best recipe for displaying these two figures. There's Rick. So let me have a bit of a play with them. I'll get them all set up. I'll choose my favourite final display pose for both, and then we'll take a look and have a bit of a close-up on each of the different figures, and yeah, we'll try and find a spot in the collection. But yeah, so much fun. Right, so here we are, and yeah, I'm kind of liking this. I've added in a number of elements. So the things I haven't used is the other two head sculpts. What I didn't realise as well was that the head sculpts actually have some articulation on them. You can actually move Rick's head up and down. The hands are interesting. Each hand has a little peg. The pegs are two different sizes and width. So this is a left hand, and then the other one is a right, and you can see there's a different level of thickness to these hands, so you don't get them confused, which is nice. I liked Morty without the helmet, but the helmet's just so good that I think I'm going to have to use it. So the only changes I've made is I've put the helmet on Morty with the blue memory vial. I've got the portal gun in Rick's right hand, and I've changed his left hand from the point to the piece to all worlds. Yeah, what a fun little set. I'm really, really impressed. For £85, you know, I think this is a great set of figures. I'm really, really, really happy with them. Couple of niggles. Rick isn't that steady on the stand. His two bases are the exact same size. Both feet have a hole to accept the foot peg, so you can have them, you can spin Morty around on this stand. I just feel as if Rick's maybe a little bit wobbly. Morty's wobbly as well. I mean, if I do that, you can see they are wobbling. They are still standing up. They're not top heavy in any way, so they're not going to fall over. But, you know, overall, they're a wee bit wobbly. I would prefer to have a thicker foot peg connection. It's only a teeny wee thing. And maybe Rick's base should be slightly wider, because if you start to turn them round, his foot comes off of the base. And if you put the peg on this foot, that foot's definitely off the base. So yeah, overall I think the bases could be slightly better. But I'm not going to complain too much. This is just such a fun set, it really is. And yeah, the one I really like, the Mondo statue, Rick and Morty. They're on a plinth, a kind of rock plinth, and they've got, you know, monster tentacles coming up. They're smaller than these. I think they're about half the size, the figures on that statue, and it's 3 times the price. It was like $300. So whilst I like the statue, I think I may at some point replicate something similar to the statue, because I like making stuff. I like a project. I do like making stuff. I might even try and replicate the statue with these two 1/6 scale figures and do something like that, you know, build a base out of foam, clay, Fimo, and a Sculpey, that kind of thing, paint it, kind of have, you know, a rock and monster tentacles. Who knows? It's maybe just something that I'll put on the to-do list that will never get done, with many other things that I've got on there. But yeah, I think these are really cool. Let me just do a couple of close-ups, just so you can see the detail in the paint job. And I've absolutely no idea where I'm going to put these in the collection. I just don't know. I'm going to have to find a spot, but let's see how we go. Right, so here we go with some close-ups. Let's do Morty first. Let's see if the camera can actually focus. So you can see the paint detail. It's pretty decent, you know. It's pretty good. And the detail and sculpt is good as well. There's Rick, the portal gun. His sculpt's good as well. All hard plastic. There's no, the arms don't articulate. The Rick's head does, Morty's head does, but that's about the only articulation you get on these figures. The legs don't move, the bodies don't move, the arms don't move. The hands obviously can turn on their pegs. But they are static. So I'm really chuffed with them. I really do like them. I think I'll try and check out more of this type of collectible in the future. Yeah, really happy. I'd recommend it. Let's see if we can find a spot for them. I honestly don't know where I'm going to put them. I might not even be able to show you where I'm going to put them, but let me have a think about it and I'll come back to you. Okay, so I've got them in a kind of temporary holding position at the moment. I'm not convinced that they are looking quite good where they are. I'm thinking cartoon next to Akira, Kanera's bike with Soundwave in the right. Kind of fits, but it's not a great fit. There's a certain part of me thinks this actually doesn't look too bad in the collection, you know, having Rick and Morty in the middle there, beside Kaneda and Soundwave. But yeah, you know, I may have to switch this up. I've had to put Chappie between Django and Bane. That doesn't look right in any way, shape or form. So Chappie will be getting moved with another figure that will suit the kind of colour scheme between Bane and Django. I may have to just rearrange everything. If we take a step back, I've got some backing displays up here with Glenn Rhee from The Walking Dead and The Crow, and obviously Ghostbusters in the middle. You see Django's got a display backing. I want to keep all the display backings together, so Django might move up here, the Ghostbusters might have to be compressed, or I'll move the quarter scales down and put Django where Batman Dark Knight Rises is. A couple of options, but yeah, it's not too bad. Rick and Morty mark the 49th and 50th 1/6 scale collectible figures. So that's a kind of landmark to get to that 50 figure mark is a pretty momentous achievement, I think. It's nowhere near some of the other larger collectors out there, but it's certainly something that's taken me a long time to get together, and I'm very pleased and very proud and feel very lucky to be in a position where I'm able to fund collecting, because it isn't cheap. It's really not cheap, and it's hard to budget and get started and be able to afford these things. But if you work hard and you plan your budget correctly, you can get the figures you want. And don't forget, this wasn't built overnight. It's taken me 20 years to get to this point, with 50 figures in the collection. And I only started with 1/6 about 10 years ago. So it's taken 10 years to get all this 1/6 scale stuff in the collection. I think, to be honest with you, moving around, there's a big old empty wall here which I'd penciled in for some swords, some Lord of the Rings United Cutlery swords. I might change that, and I might put some shelving here and put more 1/6 scale stuff in this wall. But yeah, lots of options. I'm very lucky to have a space to have all this stuff in. So we'll see how it goes. But that is the Rick and Morty figure set from Mondo. I'm actually very happy with it. I think it's a tremendous purchase for the money. Like I said, $100 on the Sideshow website. If you like Rick and Morty, you could not go wrong by having these two. And you can see the size of them, you know, they are quite a good size. So if you like Rick and Morty, do pick them up before they go out of stock. I can only see these ones slightly rising in value once they're not available. So yeah, pick them up if you can. Thanks very much for tuning in, watching the video. I've said it before and I'll say it again, my thanks to returning subscribers. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. And thank you very much for taking your valuable time to sit and listen to me drone on about figures and collectibles. It's very much appreciated. So until the next time, look after yourself, collect what you like, what you love, get into it, get a passion for it, and take care.